our lives, Mary and I both do Facebook and Insta at the same time. And guess what? I've got matching filters. Hooray. So one of the reasons that I put a filter on today is because it's sparkly and outside in Melbourne it's gloomy today. And so I just wanted to have a little contrast that doom and gloom outside doesn't have to be doom and gloom inside. This morning, I wanted to talk a little bit about hiding. So yesterday, actually, I didn't do a Facebook Live, or Tuesday. Tuesday was because Facebook was down, and Instagram, so everything was down. And yesterday I had something going on at home that meant I wasn't able to come on. But it got me thinking about this concept we call hiding. Yes, thank you, Brenda. I love the sparkles. The hiding is what we do when our mindset isn't where it wants to be. So remembering mindset is not willpower. People think what mindset is willpower. Willpower is white knuckling. Mindset is changing your underlying thoughts and beliefs. But sometimes when we're in a place, good morning, Jill, when we're in a place that we feel like we're not doing the right thing, perhaps, where we feel like we're not perhaps following our plan, or we're not, doing the exercise program we thought we might do, our mindset becomes that of hiding. And what we in the wheel of change, for those of you who have seen me do the wheel of change, it's in that little square down the bottom or triangle down the bottom that is denial. Okay, it's when that you know you probably should be doing something differently, but you can't, or you don't want to, or it's too hard. And so you don't want to actually be reminded of what's going on, and so we tend to run away. It's much safer for our brain to run away. The problem when we run away is that's when things start going awry. So that's when things, that's when people who have lost 20 kilos put their 20 kilos back on, and then they go one day, I can't believe I did that. So the hiding bit is hard because it is hard to get out of it, because our brain is happy there. It can pretend nothing's going on. It can kind of go, you know what, I don't want to know about it. It's all too hard. I'm just going to not do anything for a while and see what happens. It's a funny little story, see what happens. Well, what's going to happen, of course, is that it is likely that you're going to do what got you to where you were in the first place. Good morning, Sandra. And so it takes some courage to come out of hiding, because hiding's not as I said, it's nice for your brain. It can pretend nothing's going wrong. And if you're wearing elastic waisted pants like I used to, it was easy. I didn't have any reminder. And in fact, I would do things to actively not be able to see what was going on. So I, got rid of my mirror. I only wore loose, stretchy clothes. And I would just go, you know what, I'm fine. I don't need to worry about it. And then, of course, one day I went to put on some clothes that weren't so stretchy, and they didn't fit. And not only did they not fit, the whole world then came crashing down, because I was then sort of had to realise that, you know what, Lucy, you're not actually fine. You've now got, fatty liver, pre-diabetes. There's a whole heap of consequences that have gone on because you spent quite a bit of time hiding and hoping that everything would be all right. So I guess the likelihood is that none of you guys who are here watching are hiding, because when people stop watching, stop listening to podcasts, stop meal prepping, stop buying the good food, when they stop doing all of that, that's hiding. So I guess what I'm saying to all of us is it's really tempting to do, really tempting, because it feels good for our brain. But just start recognizing those symptoms. When your brain stops listening, when you start saying to yourself, I haven't got time to listen, or I don't want to listen to that podcast anymore, I'm sick of it. That's your brain's way of hiding. And again, a lot of you have seen my presentation. I have got this lovely picture that I really like. It's a grizzly bear. And so there's this big bear, and he's hiding behind this tiny little tree. And that's what happens to us when we hide. So hello Dale, as much as you can, lovelies. If you're, and again, you don't need to be doing it perfectly, but part of our old mentality, the all or nothing, is that we're either all in, listening to podcasts, watching the lives, eating well, going to the gym, sleeping, all the perfect things, or we're doing nothing and we're hiding. So don't do that. Don't hide. Come back in. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just start something small. Whatever feels easy to you, start. Because the sooner you start, then the less damage that occurs in the hiding phase. All right, lovelies. That's it for me today. I have got some exciting news. This morning, I'm interviewing James Murky, who was the Australian of the Year last year. And I'm super excited. He's an ophthalmologist and has seen the, end result of uncontrolled diabetes, particularly type 2, but also type 1 diabetes, and is a staunch low-carb advocate. So that podcast will be released in about 4 weeks. We're releasing it in just before World Diabetes Day, and I'm really happy about it. So that's my excitement new for today. So I will see you all tomorrow. Shine well, be sparkly, just start. That's it. All right, lovelies. Bye, darlings.